It depends in which country are you or which time zone are you. Welcome to the channel Language Challenge. My name is Radomir Sejdak, and here I'm sharing the ways, the tricks, how to learn English easier to the communicative level. Communicative level is the most important for me, so that's why I'm always trying to focus. That's the most important, is to speak and to get to communicative level rather than always try to be perfect. And this is actually the kind of the main subject we are going to talk about today. So before we start, let me see if you are there. Write me please, where are you from and what is your language challenge? This is really interesting for me. What is your language challenge? Let me see. And I will see the chat. I will see the chat. Right. All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much for joining. Very good. Anyway, I welcome you from Poland, from the northwest part of Poland. It's beautiful city of Szczecin. It's now night. It's quite cold, I would say. It's because it's -3 degrees. It could be worse, and it was worse. Really, it was like minus. A few weeks ago, it was -20, -15, -10 was really days ago. But now it's rather mild, -1. Well, it's still very cold. It's still very cold, and a lot of people don't like it. And I'm also not the biggest fan of the cold weather. But what can we do? It is the weather. It's not like we can impact it. Let me put it so. You can see some people maybe walking there. There will be some walking. But anyway. So write me, where are you from and from which country are you connecting with me? And let's go. So what is stopping you? So if you wait until you start to speak correctly, you will probably stay silent. That's the truth. So don't be perfect and don't try to speak as the proper correct way from the beginning, because this is impossible task. This is the process of learning. When we learn, we get also more experience, and then we can speak better. But until the moment we learned, we unfortunately have to also go through with the process of learning. We have to go through also mistakes. So that's why it's nothing but in this. And today I give you the ready-to-use sentences so you can speak right away from the beginning, even with mistakes. And it's really even with, because there's nothing wrong in making those mistakes. Really nothing wrong about it. Sorry, I'm correcting now all the time the camera so you can see me and also the city, but never mind. So in general, what is blocking you? What is blocking you? Although you are learning words, you are learning the vocabulary, you are learning short sentences. And what is blocking you the most? So I would say the three things is, first of all, is perfectionism. So to be perfect, trying to be perfect to be. So because you start to create sentences and then you edit it and then you change it, you adjust it, and in the end, when you add in this, your before your head is started to put it into place and you stop because you want the sentence to be as perfect as possible. So perfectionism, unfortunately, is killing also fluency and is blocking you from talking. Another is overload or overload. Sorry for this. Overload. So in learning the new language, we can think that there is also a set of rules which we have to possess, which we have to learn ourselves before we'll try to imitate the language, before we'll start to pronounce, before we start to form the sentences. And overload or overload, it means that you take care about grammar a lot. And when you take care about the grammar, you take care about the word and also pronunciation, the accent at once, it is really overloading you in the one moment because you just learned maybe 10 new words, 100 new words. It's still the beginning of the process. 100 words, 500 words, it's still beginning of the process, and you want to think about grammar, how to put them in right order, yeah, right order. But then you put also accent, you want to speak it properly, so you know how it's written, you know how the sentence looks like or the word looks like, but you are worried that it can be not understandable, so then we are blocking ourselves with putting too much effort on all of those three things, and in the end it's blocking us from moving step forward. We'll speak one sentence and then we don't feel comfortable with this and we don't speak anymore. The third is fear. You think that mistake is embarrassment, which actually is not, but mistakes in general, I think from our school time, are recognized as something bad. But, well, yeah, maybe being now outside in the city of Szczecin in the freezing weather in the night is a mistake, but who knows? In speaking, it's not. Mistake is a way of learning. So, the rules or the set of thinking I want to introduce from now on to you is that new rules of the game should be rather, first of all, the goal is not to speak correctly. The goal is to speak. The goal is to say something, but goal is not to speak correctly. The second, the goal is to be understood, to keep the conversation going. And the third, accuracy comes later. Accuracy comes later. It's as a side effect of more speaking and communication. Okay, so what can you see? Safe sentences. So this is what is today also about, safe sentences. So bank of safe sentences, which I will read just in a second. They are the point of these sentences is they buy you time. They rescue you when you are stuck, because those are buying your time, your few minutes, because you know these short sentences, they will rescue you and you will have time to think. They sound natural because these sentences are used by native a lot. And keep the conversation alive, keep the conversation flowing, because those sentences are supposed to keep the conversation or ball on your side for these few extra seconds when you are trying to say something. All right. Well, there's a set of exercises I wanted to put, but maybe it's not for today. In general, remember, perfectionism actually is like silence. If you try to speak perfect, you will surround yourself not only with words but with grammar and with accent, and then it usually cause that we are speaking less and we speak slower, and we want to speak sophisticatedly, but then we speak less. So actually perfectionists can create only confusion and silence. Well, simplicity is actually fluency, what you need. And fluency is a training plus rescue sentences of sentences. So I would say, so the training of the normal words and rescue sentences which you can use. All right, example of the safe sentences. This is what we are about. So starting a sentence to get moving. I will read the sentence. Actually, if you are interested, I can send you on email also those sentences, because they are kind of long list. Or I can put them in the comment box, or maybe in the description of this film. So anyway, starting sentences, rescue sentences are to buy you more time is, first, let me put it simply. Let me put it simply. So you want to say something and you don't know how, and you can say, let me put it simply. Let me put it simply. This is really putting simply about saying simply. Yeah. Second, what I mean is, so you are talking, you want to put this in the sentence new word, you want to explain something that's a little bit stuck, so you can say like this. What I mean is, or you can say, in short, it's also few words, few seconds you have, in short, or generally speaking. This a lot of people are actually using normally, generally speaking. And then it depends, but yeah, so this one in the beginning. Time buyers, another, especially time buyers. And these are actually intentionally to just say that we need more time. So give me a second. How can I put this? How can I put this? Truly time buyer. Let me think for a moment. Let me think for a moment. Nothing wrong with this, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not sure, but, or let me try explain. Yeah, that's something. This is something. It's a bit late. When you don't know the words, so very important, when you don't know the words, you can use those. I don't know the exact word, but it's really, you can use it in any language. No lo sé exacto una palabra, no lo sé cómo se dice, pero, it was Spanish. Yeah? Oder in German, ich weiß nicht, wie kann man das sagen, aber it's really like this. Oh, another sentence. It's kind of like, yeah, or it's similar to. You want to find a word in your head, and you cannot find it. So there's a chair, and you think, and you want to say about armchair. So you say, it's kind of like a chair, but it's a bigger and softer, big and soft, or something. And then somebody can think, or you want to say about a motorcycle, and you say, it's kind of like a bike, but with engine, like a bike with motor. So motorcycle, yeah, but you forgot the word, and then the person on the other side will instantly understand what are you on about. Another is, it's opposite of, great sentence also. I can't remember the name, but it works like this. Great, yeah? It's a great, fantastic rescue sentences. Clarifying, another example of clarifying. So, let me give. I mean specifically. So you say something and you stuck in explanation, you can say, I mean specifically, or more precisely, or for example, or I mean, or this matters because. Great sentences, really. What do we have? Keeping the conversation going, so I have to avoid the dead ends. So, how about you? How about you? Yeah, you said something you want to say, and then you say, "How about you?" Fantastic. What do you think? Fantastic. Have you ever experienced that? Great. Could you elaborate? Why is that? Great. And rescue questions. When you don't understand, you can use the rescue questions. Can you repeat that more slowly? Puedes decir eso otra vez más lento. Great. Kannst du bitte das nochmal sagen? Langsam oder langsamer nochmal sagen. Could you say that could you say that in different way? What does it mean? So you mean that? Do you mean that? Great rescue questions. And the last one, admitting mistakes. So you say, with no shame, you can say, I might make mistakes. I might make mistakes, but hey, it's a great rescue. Admitting mistakes confidently, really. I'm still learning, so great. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't say it's perfect, but I'll try. How do you say this correctly? That's great. Look, I think it's a really, really fantastic examples. How can you get through speaking with those sentences? And I hope it will be also useful for you. Hey, if you find it very useful, please practice it, read it, write for yourself in Anki cards or on the list, on the bucket list, somewhere in the notebook. And please, if you feel that this is very useful for you with this one, please share it with somebody that you love or you like or you admire, you want somebody help to learn language. Save it, send it to your brother, sister, mother, father, colleague, somebody who is really trying to learn the new language and is struggling, and you can help with this. So without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and I see you next time, next week on another week of the language challenge. Today was week number 17 out of 52. My name is Radomir Sejdak. My challenge is to learn French, and on this channel I share the ways how can you learn faster and quicker, and this is what I use personally, speaking and challenging myself with the new language. Today the language, or well, number it's week 17 when I started to challenge myself to start to speak French. Right. Thank you very much, and I see you next week on the webinar. Yeah, have a good